I just want to thank everybody who showed up today, and for those who were here in spirit to showing up for the Get High Motivation Live 2020 Vision. Lives were transformed today. Vision is becoming reality. And if you want to know what you missed out on, then you need to join my mailing list at memethemotivator.com, because we are doing part 2. Stay tuned.
I just want to thank Mimi the Motivator for this opportunity. It really was a chance for me to get in front of a group of people and be Chanita Lynn, your friend. Thank you, everybody, for attending. And thank you, Gennaro, for your support also.
All right, so today was Mimi the Motivator's Get Motivated event, and it went marvelous. The people that I talked to said that they came in, they were feeling a little bit low, but over the course of the event, they left feeling motivated, empowered, and ready to start on the next project. So I had a good time. People I've talked to had a good time. It was fantastic.
Yeah, I enjoyed it as well. I came to support my husband, James Flowers, who everybody knows in the city, and to meet Mimi the Motivator. I've been seeing her on social media, but just to see her in person, I loved her energy, I loved her motivation, and everyone else that spoke. This was a good event, and I will be returning.
My name is Naisha Williams. I'm owner of PJ Jewelry. Thank you, Kyle Front, Wild Springs, for coming out and showing out. It's always been a good time coming out. Mimi the Motivator, she motivates. So definitely, it was a blessing being here. Definitely, if you haven't checked her out, definitely check her out and come down and see, because this sister, she's speaking the truth.
So today, folks, we were at the Get High Motivation. Even though people are scared about the virus and the snow, those who came pushed through because they're motivated to build their business and relationships. So we had it this month. We're going to have it again next month. So you need to be there so we can help you to grow to what you need to do. James Flowers from James Flowers Mentorship and Business Coaching.
I love the event. I thought it was extremely inspirational and educational, and it was so much fun to see some of the leaders in our community and how people are being empowered to better themselves.
Hello, this is Dr. Penn with Pinpoint Chiropractic. I just spoke at the 2020 Motivational Live Mimi the Motivator's event, and I want to tell you this event was fire. The speakers came, they were ready, they all had great messages. It was every message was tied in one to another, starting with Diego and ending with Mimi the Motivator. So I thought this was really good, even though the weather was snowy outside. The performers came, all the people who needed to be here came, and the word was fire. So the next time, come on out and make sure that you're a part of what the community is doing.
Overall dope experience. I'll definitely attend the ones coming up in the future. And shout out to everybody who was there. Congratulations, Mimi, on a very successful and meaningful event. And I look forward to seeing some more in the future and participating in the future. So, Facebook family, if you missed that one, don't worry about it. Catch that next one.
Hello, my name is Jennifer Yancey, aka Rose Gold Poet, and I'm talking to you from the 21C Library after an outstanding Get Higher Motivation Live. I tell you what, God knows how to connect His children, because it was nothing but the word flowing through this place. And if you missed it, shame on you. But hopefully, God willing, there will be more. Matter of fact, I know there'll be more. So there'll be plenty of opportunity for you to connect, for you to just learn and grow and get some good nuggets from all those wonderful people out here in Colorado Springs. So stay tuned. There's more to come where we came from. So peace and blessings.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, love bugs. It is your favorite motivator's favorite motivator, Mimi the Motivator. Welcome to another episode. If this is your first time, let me fill you in. We have rules around here, okay? So first of all, you might want to have some pen and paper ready. And if you run in or driving, we understand you can always watch the replay or listen to the replay on any one of those musical streaming apps or podcast streaming apps out there. Second rule is that if you're listening to this show, then that means you must be committed, or you're about to be committed, to becoming 1% better in one area of your life. We're not making leaps and bounds. We're just taking baby steps to success, baby steps to our goals, baby steps to our desired destiny. Because whatever we desire desires us. Whatever we desire, we deserve. And we're going to make sure that we are going to manifest it. All right, so here we are today. We have a guest today. I know it's been a while, y'all. Y'all might be sick or tired of just listening to me. So we got another beautiful face for you to look at if you are joining us via one of these streaming outlets that have video. If not, go back and find us on YouTube so you can see how beautiful this woman is. She's got curly hair and stuff. She's getting it all fluffed up and ready for you. So before we get into her, I know I'm getting you excited because I'm getting excited myself. We got to do our food for thought, and then we will call her to the stage. So I am reading Crucial Conversations. I have been wanting to read this book for a long time. Now, I might be phenomenal on stage in front of a classroom, but you talk to me one-on-one, I'm going to be sweating to death. I'm going to be nervous, and I might be very snappy because all of those things. So this book is going to help me transform my business relationships, my personal relationships, because I have to have a lot of tough conversations as a CEO, as a president, as a coach. So this book has helped me tremendously. So we're going to kick it off with the first quote the book begins with, which is coming from George Bernard Shaw. If you know anything about George Bernard Shaw, you know he is the SHIT. He is full of wisdom. So he says, the single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place. The single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it is taking place. Just because you are talking does not mean that somebody is listening. Just because you got it all well planned out in your head and it sounds kind of eloquent coming out of your mouth doesn't mean that the person received your message, or at least not the message you were intending to send. Sometimes we say something with the greatest intent and somebody takes it and twists it all up and now it sounds crazy. And we're like, that's not even what I meant. That's not even where I was going with this. It's because there is an illusion that communication has taken place. Communication is not like ping pong. It doesn't go back and forth, pop, 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 pop. Communication is a loop. It is a circle. It is a cycle. It includes somebody talking. We're going to get real technical. We're going to encode a message, which is take the thoughts in our brain and turn them into words to come out of our mouth. We're going to send them to somebody. Then they're going to encode them, which they're going to take these sounds and stuff that just came out of our mouth and get a message out of it. And then they're supposed to provide feedback from that message. But what if they encoded the message wrong? Have you ever read a text message too fast and got an attitude because you read it too fast? Communication is tricky. Clear communication is even trickier. But what I believe is that clear communication makes for effective decision making. If I am clearly communicating what my expectations are, then you got some choices to make. Either you're going to meet those expectations or not. That's up to you. If I have clearly communicated, if I have clearly communicated directions for you to follow, if you follow those directions, then you'll get the result. I'm a mathematician. Formulas work all day. 2 + 2 is always going to equal 4. Unless, I don't have nothing for that. But 2 + 2 is always going to equal 4. Communication doesn't always work so simply as 2 + 2, though. That's the bad part. Communication is more like calculus. It's very logical. It's got these long proofs. It's got a lot to it. Communication is not even just the words coming out of our mouth. Communication is more about the sound of our voice, the tone of it, the volume of it, our body language. Our body will speak louder than our words. Because if I'm trying to tell you, yeah, I'm listening, do I look like I'm listening with my arms crossed and my head bobbling side to side? No. But if my arms were in a relaxed position sitting in my lap and I'm sitting back and I'm looking at you intently in the eye, then I may just be listening. Or either I may be good at posing like I'm listening. That happens too. But the single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it is taking place. Don't think that just because you sent the message that it was received. And that's what I really want to encourage all of us to do. So if we're going to work on any area of our life today, let's work on our communication skills. Let's be sure that we have our audience in mind, whether it's an audience of one or an audience of millions of people. Let's be sure that our words match our message and our message match our words. You want to say what you mean and mean what you say. So that way you're going to say, that's not what I meant. Be deliberate with your words. Be intentional with your words. That's all. That's all I'm asking. And I think I might shut up because I'm excited and I want to get this lady on screen. Okay. So the lady that I have today is a phenomenal woman. She is a phenomenal lady. She is a boss goddess, as I like to call her. All right. She is Nicole Ashley Carrington. Doesn't she just sound like money? Nicole Ashley Carrington. Nicole Ashley Carrington is a Brooklyn, New York native. New York is in the house. Where my New York people at? Drop a comment if you're in the house with us. Let us know. Let us know. And she is known for taking lemons and turning it into a well-producing lemonade stand. All right. So be ready to take some lessons from this lady. She has been at rock bottom. She has been homeless. She has lost her children and done it all. But now she is a multiple business owner. She has partnered with the only Black-owned fintech company in America. She has assisted hundreds of people in getting their financial status where they desire to be. She has a real passion for helping people. She's not just a talker. She walks the talk. So are you ready for this lady? She's all fluffed up and ready to go. Miss Nicole Ashley, how you doing?
Hi. Good morning. Hey, hey, hey,
Hey,
hey.
hey,
Let's
hey.
get
See, I told
motivated
you
with
she was
me
beautiful,
today.
y'all. Beautiful. So how are you today?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for asking. Thank you for having me. You're always a wonderful host, as always. Thank you for teaching me something this morning about that book as well.
Yes, yes, girl. I'm reading the books. I had to get back on it. I fell off for a little while. I used to read from 5 books a day, and now I barely can open up one. So I'm like, no, I have to get back to my basics. I got to get back to my discipline because it's my discipline that allowed me to rise up. Sometimes you start doing well and then you start falling off on those practices that got you there, whether it was affirmations, meditating, journaling, whatever, running, walking, exercising. You just kind of fall off sometimes and it's okay. We got to give ourselves grace, but it's time to get back on the wagon. It's time to get back on the horse and start riding this thing high, right?
100%.
This new year has some great stuff. So let me tell you something else about this young lady. This young lady will be gracing the stage at this year's Get High on Motivation Live. Happy, healthy, and wealthy. Okay? So tell them, give them just a little tidbit, because we don't want to give them too much. Give them a little tidbit of what you're talking about this year.
So this year, I'm really excited to talk to you guys about the guide to your own greatness. So we're going to be talking about what makes you great. If you don't know what makes you great, even more of a reason to tune in. We're going to talk about how to find out what makes you great as well.
Yes, yes. You heard her. Tune in so you can find out how you're going to be great. So let's talk about your story a little bit. I know that you have hit rock bottom. I have been there too. I have been homeless as well. I didn't have no kids to leave or to lose. But at one point in my life, I was in graduate school. I got my master's. I'm getting my master's, my MBA. But I did have custody of a teenager at the time. And we found ourselves without a roof over our head. So I know the feeling. I know the story. And I know that no matter where we've been, it has nothing to do with where we're going. Do you agree?
100%.
So tell us your story. How did you get to the bottom? Don't tell me how you got to the top. Tell me how did you get to the bottom?
So I've always been a little different. I don't know if anybody can relate to that. Like by different, I mean like, I don't know. I never really enjoyed working a job. It just was never like my calling. Like I was never like, oh my God, I need to go to work. Like, not like that. So that was kind of like the start of it. After I graduated high school, I actually got married really young. I married my high school sweetheart, found myself with 2 kids before the age of 21 and married. So when that divorce went south, and it went south very fast, actually, when I was 21, we were both really young. We were under 25 and, there was other people. It was that age. And I ended up on the bad side of that. By the bad side of that, I mean that my own parents had recently gone through a divorce while I was going through a divorce too. Like they were like 2 or 3 years fresh off the divorce press. So they were barely speaking to each other. They had their own drama and they were married for 20 plus years. So I had nowhere to go. Like, obviously I lived with my husband. Things didn't work out. We got a little physical. I was like, I can't have my kids around that. So long story short, I ended up homeless. I did end up leaving my 2 older daughters with their dad for about a year, you know what I mean, till I could really get stable and come back into the court system. And then I worked all the way up. I'm talking when the little social services lady got to sit in the room with you for you to see your kids for an hour, and you paying $150 an hour to see your own kids like you ain't give birth to them bad. Because of how bad that situation went with me and him. I ended up on probation, all this stuff, because he was hitting me. And when I defended myself, they ended up taking me to jail. And I don't know if y'all know a little bit about the law and color, but I'm darker than him. So y'all already know how that went when the police showed up. It was a white neighborhood. So, yeah, I ended up on probation for 4 years. I ended up trying to go see my kids with visits and having to pee in cups and all that. And throughout all of that, you know, one thing I always held near and dear to me was gratitude. I was always grateful. You know, it could be worse. You know, it really could. I could be sick trying to get back to my kids. You know what I mean? At least I'm fully healthy and happy. And along the way, I met some amazing people. I got to go on some amazing vacations. I actually used to own a travel company when I was first turned 18. Now I own a financial tech company. I also own a printing, marketing, and branding shop here in Colorado, and I do ship worldwide. So if you need anything, branding, posters, anything done for your business, anything to accelerate your revenue and help you go further, faster with less effort, I'm here for you. But yeah, I started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Hey, yes. That lets us know that no matter where you are, love bugs, no matter where you are in your journey, where you are in your personal or your professional journey, that there is hope for you. No matter what has happened to you, it doesn't matter. That's why, what do they say, that the windshield is so much bigger than that rearview mirror.
100%.
Yes, we need to peek back every now and then because we want to be able to take those lessons. We want to remain humble because a lot of times some people get to the top and they lose their humbleness and act like they never were at the bottom. And I think that's important that we remember and that we even talk about it, not from a sore space, but from a healed, happy, that did not take me down space. And I'm not going to let you take you down either. Because when we share our story, not only do we heal a little bit more, but we heal the people that are listening to us. So since there are people who are on a healing journey listening, the one thing I heard you mention was gratitude. What else can you say allowed you to maintain during the hard times?
You definitely have to have, maybe you can't have a vision board right now because you don't have a home or somewhere to put it. I had a vision book. And that's actually something I was going to talk about during my event, but it's okay. We'll talk about it now. So you can get you a little notebook from wherever, the dollar store, whatever, write stuff in it, you know, take pictures into it, glue into it, whatever you see yourself getting out of, you know what I mean? Write it down. If you see yourself in a brand new car, living in a brand new house, running brand new businesses, write it down. And I promise you, if you look at it and you believe it, you know, you meditate on it and you actually say, you know, despite where I'm at, this is not where I'm going. This is not my forever. That will 100% help you. And take that book everywhere. I used to call it like my Bible, not like I was like, you know,
I got you. Yeah.
It was my personal, you know, Bible. Like it even had like different quotes from the Bible in it. So, you know, that's what I used to call it. Not like it was replacing the actual Bible. I love the Bible.
No, you're good. You don't have to explain anything over here. Not here, not in this space. No, I appreciate you saying that. I also have a vision book. And my vision book was because before it was a vision book, talking about beginnings, humble beginnings, my first vision board, because I did not have access to resources, I found a manila file folder. Is that what you call it? A file folder? And on that file folder, I glued some stuff, some pictures out of a magazine to it. I still have that manila file folder thing. And some of the things that are on there have taken place. I never imagined living in Colorado.
Oh, wow.
And on this thing, there is a picture of a woman on a mountain. I had never even seen a mountain like that. I'm from Tennessee. We got some different kind of mountains. I was looking more like tree hills or something.
Yeah, you know, we from the East Coast. We got them hills, them little.
Right. You know, it's different. You know,
they not really mountains. They ain't up here. They like.
But here it's like.
Yeah.
So, and now I live in Colorado. I never had it was never on my awareness, but the universe knew where I needed to be. The universe knew what my desires were, what the real desires of my heart were. And the universe knew that the only way that was probably ever going to transpire is if I was taken away from my family, taken away from my friends. because I feel like I have been in Colorado by myself in a hut for 5 years is what it feels like. But we have to go through things. You know, we grow. We have to grow through things is what I feel like. And that's why I will not trade in any of my yesterdays. I got some very embarrassing yesterdays. Okay. I got some yesterdays that people be like, oh, Mimi, oh my gosh. And I'm like, yeah, boo. Like,
I shouldn't even talk about it because we on the exact channel that got some videos on here. Y'all shouldn't go searching. You might. No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly. Because we are real people with real stories. And that's what I think it's important for everybody to know is that we're going to go through things. Don't try to not go through stuff. You're going to mess up your whole life trying not to bump and bruise yourself. You're going to mess up your whole life trying not to fail.
It's impossible.
Failure is a part of success. Failure is a step to success. Every time you fail, to me, that's a step. I'm getting a step closer because whatever I just did that made me mess up, I'm not doing that anymore. Whatever didn't feel good, I'm not doing that anymore. Period. There's some things I'm just not willing to repeat. It's like touching the hot stove and burning your hand and going up again and touching it again. No, not over here, not on my watch. And not anybody who is listening to this show. Stop doing what doesn't work. Stop doing what doesn't serve you. Stop doing what hurts. Stop doing the people that hurt you. Period. You are one person and you have one journey. And your journey is singular. And that doesn't mean that people aren't going to come on the path with us. But what it does mean is that we are responsible at the beginning and at the end of what happens to us. And we have to take responsibility for some of those ghosts and skeletons in our closet.
Thanks.
Because those things didn't just happen to us. More than likely, we probably happened to somebody.
I know I didn't happen to a few people.
Come on.
I'm not for everybody. I'm openly, and that's another thing. On this journey, you ain't going to be for everybody. I hope you don't want to be. I really do. And I hope if you do feel like you need to be for everybody, you do some soul searching, because that's just a matter of you feeling like you need to be for yourself and you're pouring all this energy into other people and other things and other outlets. And I know that because I used to be that person. Like before the whole divorce happened and everything like that. Oh, I was people pleaser to the max. Oh, I got you. Yep, I can help you. No, I can't. I can't help you now. Not if I can't help myself.
Right. Exactly. I want to give a shout out to Doughboy Famous for saying the struggle makes you a warrior, and here to supporting. We appreciate you because it's the truth. You know, how do you build muscle without any resistance? How do you build muscle, mental, physical, emotional muscle without anything pushing back, without things getting a little heavier? Can you imagine if you lifted the same weight? Wow, it'd be just like this. It'd just be popping up and down in your hand because there's no effort needed. We need some things to challenge us. We need some things to really reveal who we are to ourselves.
Yes.
To reveal our true strength, because it's not until you get into a real bad situation that you figure out who you really are. That's when you figure out who's really important, what's really important, who's really there for you. You figure out a lot, is what I feel like. What do you think?
100%. I think you learn so much. I always say, diamonds ain't made unless they under pressure. That same thing with you. You gonna forever be a diamond in the rough till you hit that pressure. You gotta hit that pressure.
Exactly. Pressure makes diamonds. They boil the dross off of silver to make it more refined. They put gold through the fire. So if you want to be 24 karat gold, you got to be willing to go through some fiery experiences. You got to be willing to deal with some fiery people who are not going to always do what you would wish they would do. Okay.
Oh, man, that's where growth comes in too. There's also different personality types. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, like me and you, I feel like we're similar. We're very direct, but everybody's not like that. Sometimes you'll meet some people who they like to sugarcoat stuff. You got the sugary folks that like to make it sound nice. And sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need that little glaze over the top, make it sound good. You know what I mean? And sometimes, the way you're coming off and what you're going through in life, you got to get good at, hey, hi, hello, and making sure you look like this, even though you're going through whatever you're going through, you don't got to look like what you've been through, love. You don't got to look like what you've been through.
I'm going to I'm going to piggyback that and say, look like what you're going to and not what you're going through. Okay? Because people don't know any different.
Mm-hmm.
If you consider yourself wanting or desiring to be a billionaire, start looking like it now. Start putting out the best stuff out of your closet, the most expensive stuff. Stop saving it for a special day. Today is a special day.
Yep.
Today is your day. Today is the day for us to make the change that we've been desiring to make. No matter where you are, let's start making some changes today to start elevating ourselves, to start elevating our family. Because when we rise up, the people around us are going to be able to rise up. We serve the people in our life best when we show up our best.
Yep.
So let me ask you one last question, because we're going to be running out of time soon. What was the day or the moment, or what made you spark that change? Like, this is no more. I'm not living this life anymore, and I'm going to do better. Can you remember that moment?
I had like 5 of those.
No,
but
I think multiple sometimes.
It's true. It's true. I really had like 5 of those, but honestly, I would say it was right around like 3.5, 4 years ago when I got into financial services, because I had decided at that moment that not only was I going to like fix my financial future and my credit and everything that had happened from everything that I had been through, I was going to start helping other people. And I think that was my biggest turning point. And that was in May of 2018.
Right. So let me ask you, how does it feel when you help other people?
It feels absolutely amazing. Not gonna lie, being able to help other people. We have a program that's going on where we're actually helping the homeless people that are in the tents. I'm trying to become the second phase in that program. I've helped build some tents already to help get these people off the streets. So it's really nice, to be able to not only give back to people, but give back to people in the way that I specifically needed it,
Yes.
2-3 years ago. So
Yes.
it's really nice to be able to feel like, you're doing something for somebody else that you couldn't even do for yourself 2-3 years ago, for my end.
So if somebody's in the Denver area or want to contribute to your cause, how do they do that?
You can definitely follow me on Instagram, Alpha Female 717, no PH, it's an F. And then also Nicole Ashley on Facebook, and I can get you some information. We have some different fundraising campaigns going, so I can send you those links and you can share them with people, or you can donate or contribute yourself or come volunteer, whatever you would like.
Yes, yes. We appreciate you. We really appreciate you being vulnerable and sharing your story with us. We look forward to you being at Get High on Motivation Live this year, which is going down Saturday, February 5th. If I'm not mistaken, y'all, I mess up dates, so don't quote me, okay? But know that this lady is going to be on stage, and she will also be presenting a breakout session, so you can have some one-on-one time with her. Get it in. Make sure that you get your ticket. So if you want to know how to get a ticket, you better find a link somewhere, wherever you are listening or watching this, and there should be a link. If not, you reach out to me at Mimi the Motivator and find out, say, hey, I want my ticket. I want my VIP ticket, because we will be giving away a few VIP tickets. Things are going to be a little different this year. You'll be able to watch for free live on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Periscope, all those type of places. But if you want to attend the breakout sessions, then you got to be live on Zoom with us. And that costs just a little bit extra and not much. But otherwise, we want to see you in the house. We want to see you live your best life. The theme is happy, healthy, and wealthy, because those are the pillars of life. We need to be happy in all areas of life. We need to be healthy mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. And then you'll have true wealth. So if you're interested in upping your wealth or creating some new wealth, then be sure that you join us for Get High on Motivation Live, Happy, Healthy, and Wealthy. It's going to be a phenomenal event. We got some great speakers, got some great breakout sessions. I'm excited. I'm super excited. Yes, I'm going to be telling you how you can double your income this year. So if you want to know how to double your income, then you definitely need to get a ticket, because that's not going to be on the main stage. That's that secret sauce that you got to tune in and tap in for. So I want to thank you again for showing up for us today. Miss Nicole Ashley, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. You're my favorite motivator, Mimi the Motivator. Your favorite motivator's motivator.
Yes, that's right. That's right. So we'll be back next week. Make sure that you tune in wherever you are watching this, listening to this. Hit the button. Share this with somebody. Don't be keeping us to yourself. Share us with somebody else. I heard that this was liquid gold today, and that it was needed. So somebody else needs this liquid gold in their life. So make sure you share this liquid gold, and tune in next week for Get High on Motivation with your favorite motivator's favorite motivator, Mimi the Motivator. I love you. Be happy. be healthy, but most importantly, be you. We love you.